What's up, everybody? It's 8 o'clock, and you already know what time it is. It is time for my show, The Mecca James Show. I give you fashion, politics, relationships, and everything in between. But tonight, people, we got a special show because we got a special guest. My big sister from VH1 Basketball Wives, Miss Tami Roman, will be in the building. She is more than a reality star. She's an actress. She's a mother. And we're going to talk about her business ventures, her new shows, and so much more. You can call us up to 347-857-4866, or you can get in that chat room, blogtalkradio.com/Mecca show and the number 1. I think we have my big sis, Basketball Wives, the beautiful Tami Roman in the building. Let's check and see. Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Is Tami?
Yes.
Okay, now we got it. You know how I do. I got to give you the intro. It's my big sis from Basketball Wives, the beautiful, outspoken, intelligent. She's a businesswoman, entrepreneur, actress, a mother, and so much more. How you been, Mama?
I've been good. You know, it's been a rough time for me, so I appreciate everybody's support, you know, with my mom passing, 2 months ago. So the fans really have kept me uplifted and, just smiling even on days I don't want to smile. So I really do appreciate that.
I want to tell you that as soon as I heard it, I was, trying to tweet you or, I was just forget all that. I'm just putting my prayers up and, just cover her daughters, and everybody else. So I'm just happy I'm happy that you're just strong in all of this time.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about the late call. I always get the time zones mixed up.
That's okay. I can hold it down with the music and everything. And I want to tell people out there from the East Coast, worldwide, everybody that's listening, chat room, on the phone, Tami is a real individual. I hit Tami up, I think, in August, and I was like, I want you to come back on the show. And she hit me up later, a while back. I forgot all about it, but let me tell you something about her. Her word is her bond, and I love people like that. Real, recognize real. If you're rocking with Tami, her word is her bond.
Thank you. I try.
So sit back, relax, call your friend, because it's going to go real right on this show. Well, we're going to get into some questions about, I wanted to know, before we get into your business ventures and Basketball Wives, and we'll talk about the episode from last night, how do you maintain your strength through, the times that you've been through so far and you've been through other times? How do you maintain your strength?
I pray. I pray a lot. You may not, think so from what's happening on Basketball Wives, but, that's one thing my mother always taught me. I'll pull over 3-4 times a day just to either say thank you or to say help me get through or, whatever the moment requires, So I keep my pocket Bible with me, people don't know that about me, and that's the only way I think that I could make it through, because if you rely on people or, people that you think you can rely on, they'll mess you up every single time. So now that my mother's not here, I definitely lean on him.
Absolutely. And, you got to stay prayed up in this world. We want to know, and people want to know, you're the ex-wife of retired NBA player Kenny Anderson. What is the status between Kenny and your 2 daughters, Lyricist and Jazz, as of today, as of right now?
Well, first is Lyric, not Lyricist.
Lyric, I'm sorry.
But it's okay. But and I hate to answer this question because he's really has gone on with his life, and I just feel like I'm beating a dead horse by saying the same thing over and over. But there really is no relationship. He has no communication with them, and his form of communication is hitting somebody on Instagram, when he has their numbers. And, he just really hasn't taken that step to be a part of their lives. And I'm not even talking financially because I've gotten over that, but from an emotional standpoint, he hasn't been there for my daughters. And, I'm not trying to badmouth him or slander his name, but the truth has always just been the truth as far as I'm concerned, and there is no relationship.
Okay. And I didn't want to bring that up, but, people ask, and I said, well, I'm going to, have to ask you the question. Now, I wanted to know, you have so many businesses going on, Tami. Tell me about your cosmetic line. Like, just how did that come about?
Well, I'm the type of person, I don't like to just put my name on anything. Just you throw a check at me doesn't, I won't eat rather than take money for something that I don't believe in. And so when I started looking for ventures that were organic to me, not just something I wanted to put my name on, I thought about all the moments that I had gone through in my life. And when I was in hardship for those 2 years of my life, living in New York, working a 9-to-5 job, really the only thing I could do with my daughters was go, like, get a mani and pedi on Saturdays, maybe get some lip gloss, maybe buy a little piece of jewelry, just something like that. And so for me, those became the things that I wanted to funnel back out to consumers because, it was special to me. So, I did the lip gloss, I did the nail polish, and I'm really excited about it because, all of the glosses are named after people that have inspired me or in some way, form, or fashion are directly relative to my real life. So I put that amount of thought into it. I took it from inception to the shelves, and Walgreens has since approached us, about the lip gloss portion of the line, and it's going to be in 400 select stores starting December. So, when you talk about the quality of the gloss, the packaging of the gloss, just really digging in and going from, meeting with distributors, checking out samples, sending samples back, meeting with the chemist. I did all of that. Nobody sent me something and said, hey, do you like this? Can you put your name on this? Can you endorse this? No, I took it from the baby stages all the way to Walgreens. So, and that's, high school diploma, didn't finish college, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm always grinding and hustling, and I just try to do things that I believe in, and, the outcome has been great thus far.
And even though high school didn't finish college or whatever, you're still an intelligent woman, which are raising 2 intelligent daughters. And I wanted to say that because you're raising them with so much grace and class. And in today's society, it is hard to raise teenagers that are not ratchet, that, you know what I mean? So I'll just commend you on that alone. That's an A+ right there.
Thank you. I thank God every day for my daughters because they could be anything in this world, but they are straight A students, honor roll students, they speak fluent French, I'm always telling people that, they're Christian girls, they're abstinent, they don't do drugs, they could be a lot of things, but, they are some really good girls, and I'm so thankful that, they're mine.
Exactly. When in today's society, when you believe that ratchet is winning, everybody want to be a video vixen or, everybody want to be turned up. I know your mother is up just on that alone smiling at you.
I hope so, because she was very valuable.
Now, we want to talk about, we're going to talk about all your business ventures, and then we're going to get into the episode of last week. How did you get involved last night, how did you get involved with Tiny Tonight?
Well, it's funny because you never, I always say I look back on things and you never know why a moment is happening. But I had an appearance in North Carolina at the CIAA, and T.I. and Tiny were there. And, we took a picture and, hey, that, and it was real short, nothing major. And then when she did Tiny Tonight, Tamar's one of her best friends, and she brought Tamar on. And now Tamar is just so busy. Like, I don't know what that girl isn't doing. I'm like, I live through you, boo, because you are making it happen. But when she decided to leave the show, they started looking for a replacement, and her production company called me. We're all on VH1, part of that family, and they called me and asked me if I'd be interested, and they said, we think you'd be the perfect replacement for Tamar because you're very outspoken, you have a clear point of view. And I said, absolutely, I'd love to do it. And so that's how it all came about. But, he said they had to speak with Tiny to get approval, and she remembered that appearance and how nice I was. And so
that's what I tell people
kind of
all the
circled
time.
back around.
Tami is really nice. Because let me tell you, I don't let anybody, if you cool with me and I'm cool with you, I don't let people talk about you. That's not going to happen. So,
right. Well, thank you.
Real, no, that's fine. I'll be like, she's the realest one. Don't play yourself. But anyway, how is it working with, like, Shekinah and, how is that, the chemistry with that?
Child, that damn Shekinah is a fool. But, she is plumb fool. But I love her because she's so real. Like, I adore people that don't put on airs, and don't have to feel like they have to be a certain type of way and just stay true to themselves. And that's one thing that I could say definitely, undoubtedly about Shekinah. She's just who she is. Like that, the funny, the one-liners, like that's her. And so, I enjoyed her on the show, and Tiny was just so gracious and so sweet to me. Everybody, it was one of those times, those moments where you go, okay, this is cool. I like coming to work. Like, this is nice. Trina was so beautiful. Claudia Jordan is hilarious. It was just a really good chemistry amongst us.
It seemed like y'all had a lot of fun.
Oh, we had a lot of fun. Like when I watched the show, because here again, editing is involved, so they edit it on down and pick certain moments that they like or whatever. But we literally took 6.5 hours to tape that 1 hour special. So there was a lot of time spent, and laughing and joking and just having fun and, having our drinks and, just really getting to know each other so that we could really be unified when we taped, So it was a pleasurable experience. And we're coming back in November with our holiday special. And, she's waiting on her pickup order for us to do 6 to 8 more episodes next year. So I'm excited about being involved.
I'm so proud of you. And I don't know Tiny, but I just like the way she gives everybody a chance. You know what I mean? Some people would like to be like, oh, no, that's my stylist. I'm not going to let her shine. But if you let them shine, you all going to eat. So why not? So that says a lot about her character, even though I don't know her. You know what I mean? So there's people that want to know, how important is branding? Because you have a new show called Roman Empire. The name alone is boss.
Well, I think it's very important, with the way social media and just having a presence and, keeping, here's the thing about branding. People think that you have to be on TV or, you need to be doing a certain type of job to brand yourself, but you should be branding yourself. If you're in high school, you should be branding yourself in terms of the imagery that you want to put out there. And I think with me, with basketball-wise, the main focus for me was to just be real to myself, take my real journey, and so there's going to be some people that love it, and there's going to be some people that don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, I come home knowing I wasn't putting on airs. No, I didn't have on Louboutins, but I still could pay my mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
So I'm always just going to stay true to that. So that's my brand. And now what people see me doing is just enhancing the brand and taking it to the next level, with the ventures and other shows and Roman Empire and developing that and stuff. They just see me enhancing it because everything in life is asset and liability. And I think with basketball-wise, the imagery that was being shown, it was too much liability. And I put more asset on my side. And so that's what people see me doing right now.
That is amazing. Tell us about Roman Empire, because when I saw a tweet, I said, well, why Tami ain't announced that on my show? But I get it.
I'm
That's
sorry. She's on the show. So.
I know. I saw this. I was like, God. But tell us about your new thing, Roman Empire. That name itself is boss. I like that. That's hot. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Well, like I said, with basketball-wise, I'm so thankful to Shaunie for bringing me on the show because it did create the platform for me to be able to do other things and have all of these ventures, but I think within basketball-wise, it's an ensemble cast, so they really can't show every person in their entirety, and then their responsibility is to make characters out of everybody that's on the show. So for me, for seasons, You know, it's like, why can't you show me with my kids? You know, my kids are in the studio, and they're working with this one, and they're working with that one, and I got this venture. Why can't you show that? And I got this charity. So I think it was just time for me to start approaching people, and then I approached, and then, you know, now we're in the development, you know, stages of it, and to show people my real, true core set of friends, you know, and how I really get down, because I don't fight my friends, you know, I don't fight, you know, and I don't fight everybody that I meet. You know, we have arguments, we have disagreements, but we still love each other, and we laugh most of the time, you know, and I think people haven't seen me dating, you know, and now with the passing of my mother, I'm just basically trying to regain my footing, you know, because now I'm the matriarch of the family, and so hence the name, you know, Roman Empire. And so people are just going to really get a heavy dose of me, but it's more family-oriented, you know, less dramatic. You know, my model for my show, the Braxtons, you know, T.I. and Tiny, you know, Tia and Tamara, you know, we're trying to focus more in that vein so that we can uplift and inspire. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm not still going to be Tammy because I'm crazy, so you never know what's going to come out. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, how it's actually going to go down, but the intention is to uplift and inspire and, you know, just have fun with it.
Yeah, so every now and then little Tammy might come out, and we'll talk about
She might.
We'll talk about that. Okay, I know people, I don't know why people didn't get the memo so far as of now from basketball. Why? Just don't talk about Tammy. Confront her if you got an issue, and everything will be all right. Why do people still continue to test you, and how, you know, sometimes, and how will you change it? Because, you know, you change for the better, you know, with your temper and everything. How did that help you?
I haven't really figured out why people don't understand that, because it really saves everybody so much problems, you know, and not just necessarily or specifically for the show, but in life in general. If you have something you want to say to somebody, just holler at them. You know, now they may agree with what you have to say, but at least you brought it to them and didn't come from the peanut gallery. You know, so I don't know. But with me, what I tried to do was just, I'm still going to tell people that, you know, if you got something you need to say to me, say it. But with regard to my temper, you know, I think that I do have a temper. I do have a temper, and certain things push my temper, push me to different levels. And I think that I had to, you know, come clear with what was the root of those, you know, those, as my therapist told me, those triggers, you know, and find out why I felt a certain way about certain things. You know, and people always ask me, well, what is it with the hand? What is it with the hand? You know, everybody talk with their hands. And, you know, and I understand that because I talk with my hands. But for me, the hand, you know, but for me, the hand thing it takes me to a place of, like my childhood, and my mother was a heavy disciplinarian, you know, and so for me, that was her thing, was like always putting her hand up or go sit down, you know, or, you know, just that those actions just really make me feel less than, you know, and nobody should ever have to feel that. So people don't understand that it's not always, when you're the deliverer, you see nothing wrong with it, but when you're the receiver, everybody has a past and everybody's coming from something, and certain things just affect people different ways. Now, that was what I came to find out about myself that I've learned to work on, and I'm trying to work on. But that hand, you know, and all of that still, you know, it's a work in progress. Just because you go to therapy doesn't mean you come out of there and, you know, you go in today and tomorrow you're a brand new person. Therapy is an ongoing process.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, you know. So I am working on it, but, you know, it's a thing for me. It's just a thing for me that my mother, you know, God rest her soul, that she put in me from 6 years old. So, you know, it's going to take some time to get over that and really just understand everybody's not trying to belittle you or demean you when they do that.
Yes. I wanted to know about last night's episode. We calling her Tasha, Where's My Gift, Marbury. What did you think about that when she told you that? I was like, is she for real or is this a joke? What did you think about that?
I honestly never had anybody ask me that. So I was a little caught off guard by it, because, like I said, I did not attend the party. And the ladies went shopping without me. That was the gift, That's what I should have told them. You got the gift, the bag of dildos. That was the gift, But they went shopping without me. I was in the hotel room, and so that was the day that my eye, the night before, my eye was really, really bad and really, really messed. I know people's like, oh Lord, Tami, stop it, but my eye was really messed up from that opening that she had because. We've come to find out that everything was running on kerosene generators, so it just did something to my eyes, and I couldn't go, and they went shopping the next day, so that's why I wasn't there when they went shopping. But I've never, ever, and I'm 43 years old, I've never, ever had anybody ask me for a gift, especially when they did not attend. Unless you registered.
Is she serious or she joking? But the way her body language was like, you wasn't there, where my gift at? I was like, whoa, where they do that at?
No, she openly admitted that she takes her birthdays very seriously. So, I believe that she was serious,
okay.
That she really wanted a gift, And, okay, so we'll see if I give her one as the episodes play out.
I said, oh, my God. Now, people want to know, what's your relationship with the cast of it now? Shaunie, Evelyn, Tasha, are you cordial? Do you guys speak? What's the relationship now?
Well, all of the ladies called me when my mother passed. Mm-hmm. But, I honestly, we're like a basketball team. And the reason I say that is, when it's time to shoot basketball wives, we put on our jerseys, and we show up and we shoot, we suit up, and we show up for those 6 months and we tape and we try to bring whatever's happening in our lives at that time, to the people and tell our journey. And when the season is over, just like a basketball team, everybody goes on vacation or you spend time with your kids or, go back to your family, whatever the case may be. And so that's how we are, if we talk at all, it's via text. I will text. I have in the past texted Shaunie and she's texted me, Susie. I've actually texted Tasha, so it's that type of situation. But, in terms of us being friends, like, oh, that's my ace, we're going to go hang out, we're going to go on vacation together. The only person that I really knew coming into this situation was Shaunie. And so, that's just the truth of the matter.
Now, Jen and Royce, people want to know, mostly Royce. Will Royce be doing any shows with you? Because I got that a lot on Facebook. To ask Tami, is Royce going to be doing the show with her? So I don't know where that came from, but you can answer that.
Yes, well, I think Royce is working on her own thing, actually. We just did a speaking engagement in Daytona Beach at Bethune-Cookman College, and that was the first time that I've seen her since she left the show, last season. So we got a chance to chat it up and talk, and it was really cool because the university got to actually see like a basketball wives scene play out because, I hadn't seen her. So I was like, look, I want to talk to you about this Keisha thing. We supposed to be doing a conference, and I'm like, holler at me right here real quick while we in each other's face, So we got to talk through that, in front of everybody that was watching and work through some stuff, and I understood her side and she understood my side. But the thing with Royce is I've always loved Royce. From the day I came on the show, we clicked and we hit it off. So it hurt me that we ended up the way we did after season 4, But we, like I said, we were able to talk it through, and I think, she has her dance troupe, Fanta Chic. So I think she's trying to do something, with that around that as the basis, and she's got another book coming out. So I think she's doing her own thing.
Well, that is good. I'm happy to see everybody just doing their own thing, evolving. Are you, or I don't know if you could talk about this, will you be returning to the next season if there is of Basketball Wives?
Contractually, I have to return. So let me just say that. The whole train got started because somebody asked me, do you think you will return? And I said no, because I would like to pursue my own thing, which I didn't have enough characters to say that.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Oh, that was on
Twitter.
All right, I got you.
So thank God that, that opportunity has presented itself. But if Basketball Wives, if the producers and Shaunie feel like there is another season that they can make another season, then contractually I have to be there, where some of the other ladies, their contracts are up. So I don't even know who would participate. You know what I mean? So that's why I said that.
All right. Do you think you're growing out of it? Only because, I'm just saying this because you have so many businesses. You're a mother, you're traveling, and it seems like you're just going to a different level. Do you think, it's your season to just do something different?
I definitely feel that way, which is why, like if the contract were not involved, I would not return. I think, in all honesty, Nene is a great example of, somebody, who has really did the damn thing. You know what I mean? And so that, even though I've been acting for 14 years, this is my return to reality TV, and the world is different than when I did the Real World, 20 years ago. So I think there are more opportunities and there are more avenues for me to really make something happen. And so I would like the opportunity to be able to do that.
I know. I mean, this is what I think I saw an interview with Little Mo, and she was on R&B, but she said if you on these reality shows, you got to sell everything that your product, anything you pushing. That's the time to do it. And I think that if you're coming on a reality show and you have your product, like your cosmetic line and T-shirts or whatever, that's the time to do it, and you're doing a good job with that.
Well, I'm trying to make it happen, and it always kills me that people go, oh, she's trying to extend her 15 minutes. No, I'm trying to extend my 15 years. I'm not new to this, and I've been on shows, you know what I'm saying? I've been working on shows consistently, and I think that people get it twisted because I fell on 2 years of hardship. Before that, I was on a CBS series called Moonlight, working every week, so it's like you could have seen me on TV every week. But, it's just that reality TV has kind of taken over, the TV, the television. There's hardly any scripted programming. Everything is reality. So that's the way to go. And so, to the people about the 15 minutes, no, boo. It's been, you need to up it to years, and then we can talk.
Yes, because you're a veteran in this, for real. What about your show on TV One? Talk about that. Are you still doing it? What's going on with that?
Well, let me just tell you about people. Here's the thing. People have a lot to say about the negativity that's on TV and reality TV and reality programming, and it's ratchet and it's this and it's that. So TV One stepped out of the box and brought in Ed Weinberger, who was responsible for the Cosbys and Taxi and Amen and Sparks and all of these great shows history-wise. Brought him in along with Miguel Nunez to co-produce and write, brought in some great writers, brought in excellent actors, Keith David, Ella Joyce, Elise Neal, and said, you know what, we're going to do some positive TV. And nobody watched.
And isn't that sad when you try to get something different and still nobody watches? It's crazy.
And so that's why I was like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. People don't know what they want, and so TV One had to pull it because it just wasn't getting the ratings. And that really hurt my heart because you hear people say they want to see this stuff, and then when, African Americans and how we're being depicted in the imagery and all of this stuff, and then when a network takes a chance and decides to give you what you're asking for and you don't support it, it's very disheartening.
It's crazy. And I wanted to know, why didn't Basketball Wives film you doing that show, or they can't do that?
No, the thing with that was we taped at two different times. Basketball Wives season was over, and then I went into Bells.
Okay, all right. Well, that is a good thing. Talk about trying to start a business and entrepreneurship? Because we have a lot of women on Instagram and Twitter and everything say Tami is a role model and she's doing so much stuff. But I like to explain to people that it takes time to get there. We kind of live in a microwave society where we feel like we get anything 5 minutes or less. But it took you, like you said, 15 years and you're still doing it. So talk a little bit about entrepreneurships and some of the trials and tribulations and things like that for people that want to start businesses.
Well, I think when you think about starting a business, just as I did, you have to pick something that you know something about that is organic to you. And I think a lot of people, when they start businesses, they go, oh, they did well with that, so I'm going to open one too. And that's not really how business, that's not really how business should go, because at the end of the day, I stand strongly behind, I know people kind of felt like I was hating on Tasha or whatever the case may be, but I'm just the type of person, I believe strongly that you need to know what you are investing in, and you need to be involved from beginning to end. It's like you need to be the alpha and the omega for whatever business entity you're trying to establish, and be passionate about it, because there are going to be times when you're not going to sell anything. There are going to be times when maybe the movie's not getting picked up, but you have to believe in it so strongly that you never give up on the idea. And when you pick things that you know nothing about or that you really have no interest, they end up closing, failing, and then you find yourself starting over again or have lost money. So my main advice to people is to do the research, find out what's up there, look at your competition, see who's winning, figure out how, nobody's trying to reinvent the wheel. You're just trying to add your spoke. So what can you do differently than the next person? And then stay on your grind and promote. Like I said, I'm not a college graduate, but trust and believe I was in Barnes and Nobles. Marketing, what do I need to know about marketing? What do I need to know about cosmetics? What am I getting myself into? Because I know that it was organic to me, like, I use nail polish and I use lip gloss, but what are the products that I want in my nail polish and my lip gloss? Like for me, my stuff is made in the USA. It's formaldehyde free. It's camphor free. A lot of pregnant ladies, they can't use certain nail polishes because of ingredients. I wanted to make sure my ingredients were all natural. There's certain things that you just have to really educate yourself on when you think about starting a business. It's not a fly-by-night situation. And for everybody with regard to the cosmetics launched in March. We were working on the cosmetics from August of the year before it launched. And it's just now making its way to Walgreens. So that's almost a 2-year process, to making that happen. And so you really have to put your heart and soul into it, do your research, educate yourself on every aspect of it, not just making the product, but now you got the product, how you going to market it? Do you want a storefront? Do you want it online? Like all of those things you have to really be knowledgeable about and to make sure that you have a great point of return.
Definitely, because I started T-shirts, but I wanted to do it like last year. I had to know about screen prints and different cottons and all of that stuff. I just didn't want to put out something and not know about it. I didn't even really know, but I said, I'm going to start from the bottom up. I want to know everything. I want to know the best graphic design and the best this. And that takes time. That was always last summer.
You can't. And I commend you on that, because that's how it should be done. Because when you talk about a T-shirt, people just see, it's white and it's got cap sleeves and it's got a neckline. But there's so much that goes in. What is the fabric? Is it 100% cotton? Is it a poly blend? Is it, is it lycra? Is it this? You got to know all of that. How is my stitching? Am I going to have a seamstress do this? Am I going to have, it's like you really have to think about every aspect of the business and not just the product.
There was a Facebook question from Grace. Grace says she cannot make the show because she's in school from 6 to 9 or 9:30, I believe. So she wanted to know, because she's been following you since The Real World, did you change she said, why did you change your name? Did you change your name when you were on The Real World?
No, I didn't change my name. My name was Tami. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, my name is Tami Akbar.
Okay.
And
okay. That's what
I have a father, a real birth father, but my stepfather was a Muslim. And so when my mother married him, that's when, our entire family changed our name to Akbar. And I kept that name up until I married Kenny, and then I became Anderson. And I did not, when we got divorced, I didn't want his name. And, I didn't want to go back to my maiden name. So I used my middle name, most people don't know, is Roman, which is a combination of two uncles that I have. So it's Tami, Roman, Ronnie, and Manny.
Okay,
so now they've got all the history.
She was texting me. She said, no, this happened from the real world. I said, okay, I'll ask her.
Yeah.
Actually, there's another question from Facebook. This is, I guess these are fans from the real world. What is your relationship with Spinderella and you?
Well, I don't really have when you say relationship, we don't have a relationship. We both have children by the same man. And when I was living in California, her daughter, Christy, would come to our house and, they'd have sleepovers with my daughters at the time because I felt like they should know each other and they should understand that they're sisters. But, it's not like Spinderella and I pick up the phone and talk. It's not that moment. And I think that really, with regard to Kenny, he has relationships with his other children, and I really think it's just, myself and my children that there really has never been a foundation to even have a relationship. So we don't, I don't talk to the other mothers. We're not friends. We're not at the family reunion. But it's not because there's animosity. It's just because it just never developed.
It never developed. There was never a foundation to go to any of those things. I totally understand what you're saying. We have there's a lot of people online, people in the chat room, they're saying, Tami, we love you because you're real. What are some music that you drive to, that you listen to right now?
Okay, in truth, I am a 90s type of girl. So I love 90s music. But in terms of today, I love Drake. I am Team Breezy. I listen to Chris Brown. J. Cole. I listen to all the stuff that everybody else listens to, Big Sean and Future. I listen to all of those things, but if you catch me on a long road trip, then best believe I'm listening to Mary J. Blige. I've got Intro. I've got Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, because I'm just India Ari. I'm just that type of music advocate.
No Jodeci, no Christopher Williams. I'm a New Jack.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All the, I can't name every group, Mecca, but I mean, I can't name them all. But yeah, that's my era.
Yeah, definitely. People in the chat room want to know, do you speak to Jen? I think we talked about that, but do you speak to Jen at all, or see her in any time?
Jen and I have talked via text, and then at Fashion Week we saw each other there as well. There was never any animosity between Jen and I, and I think that people kind of the situation with her and Evelyn kind of transcended to be the cast rather than what was going on between her and Evelyn. But I've never had a problem with Jen. I think she knows that, or I hope she knows that. Every time I see her, I'm always very supportive, and we're always very kind to each other. There was never really any there was never really any problem. People would like for us to have problems, but there really wasn't,
I wanted to ask you a question. Your video blogs are hilarious. What made you want to do that? Let me tell you some of the funniest moments. I don't know what episode it was, when you was talking about Shaunie, and Shaunie said bring it. And she was like, bro, that didn't even sound right coming out of Shaunie's mouth. Bring it. Only thing she could bring me is the check. Me and my friends fell out. I was like, that's why we left it.
I decided to do the video blogs because, everybody does a written blog, and sometimes words can be lost in translation. And even with the video blogs, people are like, you sound angry, and I'm like, really? Because I was cracking up at myself. Like, I can't believe some of the things that come out of my mouth. But I wanted people to see me and absorb me and, just get a feel for me outside of Basketball Wives, because my video blogs are things I want to address and things I want to say. So I'd rather for them to hear it from me and see me, and that's why I decided to go that way. Just always trying to think of the next thing. And I love, there's a video blogger named Funky Geneva, and I love him. I think he's just
too.
so
Did
funny.
You see the one he did on you?
he's done all of us, yeah. But the thing that I love about him is that you have video bloggers out there that are just mean and nasty, and I think that he has found a way to give his opinion
have fun with it.
And have fun with it, and still make it comical. And when he talks about me, he called me ghetto fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have been like, what? But it's funny to me. So I enjoy him, and I think, I should try to do something like that, not being him, but just being Tami, and just bring my face to the people in another format.
And when you went to Tasha's house, and you said, I know this is Champagne House, did you have a Bud Light? I fell to the floor because I'm looking at her as expression. Because you know what I'm saying? I said, you know what, Tami, just keep it all the way 100. She don't got time to play with y'all. She is who she is, wherever she is. That's why I love you. That's why I just thought it was hilarious.
Wherever I am. And I'm really not a champagne drinker. I really don't like champagne. I can count the times that I've actually drank that stuff. So for me, it was better for me to have a beer and something that could really quench my thirst.
I know that's Are you still doing the shirts? Everybody want to know the Tami Roman shirts. You still doing those?
Yes, the website is up. I still do the shirts. It's TamiRoman.spreadshirt.com. So those are still out there and they're floating around. But there have been so many funny moments that I haven't really kept on, the new phrases and things like that. But I'm going to get back on it. I've been really concentrating on making sure everything goes right with Walgreens and making sure everything goes right with the hairline, that I kind of slacked on my T-shirt game just a little. But, I'm going to be doing some new phrases. People tweet me some phrases that they like to see, and I'll try to see if I can make those happen.
Moment right now is going to go real right. What about that?
The moment right now is going to go real right?
No. Remember when they was like, it could go real wrong or it could go real good? Why don't you do something like that? It could go real right.
Now, here's the thing. I like that. But the audience for Basketball Wives, they wanted to say exactly what we said. I have found out that they wanted to say, this can go real wrong or it can go real right.
Okay. Okay, I couldn't think of it offhand, but I was like, yeah, definitely. I mean, thank you for coming on the show, Tami. It's always a pleasure. I want to say happy belated birthday to your daughter. She just had a birthday. I think I tweeted her or retweeted or one. I want to say happy belated birthday to her. Yes, it's just amazing. Like you're just doing a good job. And you can always come back on the Mecca Jane Show. We rocked out. We love you dearly. We're going to hopefully be doing something in the future by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yes. I'm ready when you're ready. No problem.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Tami, for coming on.
Thank you, babe, for having me.
Now, remember, follow me on Twitter, Mecca from Uptown. You can also follow me on Instagram, Mecca James. And next week, I got an exciting show for you again. It's amazing. This is how we do it. every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. But, you know, we go a little bit longer. It depends on the audience. But, you know, I just love Tami. She is definitely my big sister. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate you. Come back next week and enjoy the ride and enjoy my journey. And thank you for rocking with me once again. Love, live life. God bless. And have a good night, everybody.